Hi, I'm Kyle with Stern Pinball, and in this video we're going to take the card target assembly out of a John Wick Premium. To get access to the card target, we need to remove the playfield glass. So I'm going to open the coin door here, unlatch the front molding, and set that aside. I'm going to remove the glass from the game. Careful not to scratch it on the coin door. And with the glass out, we will put the glass in a safe location. And now before we lift the playfield, we are going to remove the balls. I'm going to manually eject them from the ball trough. Once we get all 6 balls out, just stow them here in the cabinet for safekeeping. Now with the balls out, you can lift the playfield up and into the service position. For extra precaution, I will turn the game off, although with the playfield up, the coin door open, with the interlock switch in its middle position, there's no power to the playfield, but again, extra precaution, we'll switch the game off. The only thing we need to remove the card target assembly on a John Wick Premium is a 1/4-inch nut driver. The screws we're looking for to remove the mechanism from the playfield are a 1/4-inch head wood screw. One in the lower left, one a little bit higher up to the right, one straight up next to this lamp board, and then another one to the left and a little bit further down the assembly right here. Before removing the assembly from the playfield, we're going to want to unplug the electronics. So we have the magnetic sensor board down here. It's pretty close to the motor case, but you should be able to wiggle it out. We'll also need to remove the motor from the motor driver board. You can follow the motor harness up here and unplug it as so. Before we get the last screw out, do grab the assembly to support it just in case it shifts. Once all 4 screws are removed, we can start to wiggle the assembly out of the playfield. Try to get it out at an angle and then pull it upwards, and you will find a sweet spot where it's going to want to come out, just like that. Part of the wiggling to get this out of the playfield is because of the snug fit for the plastic piece that the car rides on here. This is a very snug 1-to-1 fit with the routed hole in the playfield. Trying to angle it to get it out also might play with the ability of the car to move back and forth. So we want to make sure we can get the car off the overhang and out of the hole that it fits in here in the playfield. How the card target works. We have a DC motor with a gearbox. The output shaft is clutched, and then it rides on this arm. So when the motor turns, it will move to one of 2 positions on this magnetic sensor board here. So when the cam turns, I'll simulate the motor turning. It turns 180 degrees, and then the car comes out and gives us the motion of blocking the shot. So once the motor turns 180 degrees, the cam is now over the other side of the magnetic sensor. Both of these are a switch, right? So the game is looking for a switch in one position or the other, and that's why it will move in and out. And at this point, the game relies on optos to tell when the car is being hit from this side. In the other position, when you're hitting the front portion of the car, you're actually triggering a reflective opto off of this bracket here that comes off the back of the car. So the car hit detection is all done by optical switches, which are still mounted to the playfield. The position of the car is dictated by the magnetic sensor board here, which is under the playfield. To reassemble the moving car target assembly, we want to snake the car back in through the hole, and then gently work the assembly down. Make sure you don't crush any wires on the way back in, until we have the plastic base plate lined up and the 2 centering studs press into the playfield like that. It will hold itself in position, and we can reattach the 4 wood screws that were holding it to the playfield. Now that we have the car target assembly firmly attached back to the playfield, we will want to plug the motor back into the motor driver board. We'll snake that wire up here and install it as such. And we'll need to also replace the wires for the magnetic sensor board. which are underneath the motor casing here. Good job. Now you know how to service the motor in this car. Thanks for watching this video from Stern Tech School.